come up to me and ask just how much the BMW XM is, well, you used to be able to say it would be the price of a small house. Not so anymore, but even still, at €191,000, it's not an insurmountable amount of money.
Well, at first it was a bit of a shock to see the latest design direction that BMW was willing to follow with utter conviction. Unwavering, BMW would continue to shock its audiences with entirely new designs on their most prominent of cars, except perhaps the business end of the Saloon 5 Series. Since the launch of the latest M3 M4 definitively split opinion, BMW have gone on to win over people somewhat. As cars are becoming more and more similar in design, outside and inside, manufacturers have to be clever in getting people's attention. And BMW continue to push that boundary with the XM. Most of the XM's muscle comes from the twin turbocharged 4.4 V8. But it's not all combustion muscle with a 29.5 kilowatt-hour battery on board. You get 77 kilometers and 148 brake horsepower from the electric motor, which is integrated into the ZF 8-speed auto gearbox. Not look it, but the XM sits between the X5 and the X7, so it's big and has a lot of space to play with. On the inside there isn't much more you could ask for, and would happily spend hours at the helm enjoying your surroundings. The infotainment is well thought out, the touchscreen is fluid with crisp graphics and looks the part. The cabin is the utmost in luxury. There are metal effect trims, carbon fibre effects, leather, Alcantara, and it all covers the dash and surrounding passenger spaces beautifully. The curving iDrive 8 infotainment display is surrounded by matte carbon fibre too. There's also an enormous contoured roof panel that changes colour with the driving mode and makes for a comfortable, cosseting ambient environment.
Fantastic looking panel roof I've seen. I've never been in the Rolls Royce with the kind of diamond lit interior, but this isn't bad as interiors go. It's pretty cool. At night you can change the colours. Don't know if I can find that on the pad straight away. There's an awful lot of menus to go through here, but yeah, interior lighting there. Let's see if I can change the colours. So there's blue, here's purple, you've got greens, reds, peaches, orange. Isn't that nice? Like, it's just a lovely ambient warm colour for the winter, say, blue for the summers. It's yeah, that's this one for St. Patrick's Day. It's really cool. I really like that interior, yeah. But it doesn't open. It's not a panel roof you can open, which is a bit of a shame. Seems
there is no panel roof to add more weight to the already incredible 2.5 tons. And BMW refers to the plush second row seats as the M Lounge. Like, while you're waiting for your M5 to be serviced, you could just hang out there. On the outside there's a lot going on. On the rear you've got the stocked quad exhaust pipes which emit a lovely low hum, and they're trimmed with more gold, which is emulating the stripe along the side. It has an attention grabbing LED lit kidney grille, and there's more gold trim where once chrome would have dominated. BMW reckons the US and China will be where the XM sells most, and on our demure grey, white, black shores of play it safe colour choice, is it just that bit too shady, or should we welcome its ability to stand out in a sea of greyness? The setup of the XM is 100% track focused. Yet we don't, for now, see many SUVs doing laps or in the paddocks unless they're towing the track car. This is BMW M's very first hybrid, and its plug-in powertrain will appear in the next M5, more than likely with increased power and torque. As for now, it already produces a whopping 644 brake horsepower and 590 pounds per foot of torque. SUVs gained in popularity due to their ability to take lots of gear, kit, people, animals and move them in relative swiftness and comfort. Some more than others have become a status symbol, such as Lamborghini's Urus. So where does our XM sit? Well, it's probably closer to the Urus levels of practicality. The boot floor has no extra space due to the placement of the M differential in the fuel tank. With all seats up, there's 527 litres of space, which is actually less than the Lamborghini Urus. As for their German neighbours, there's Mercedes G-Wagon, and Audi's previous generation RS Q8 holds the title of fastest SUV around the Nürburgring. And in that vein, the XM weighs a hefty 2,710 kilograms, which is a shame that so much power is used just to move it about, and to add insult to injury, there's the extra weight of the battery too. While it's no slouch, taking just 4.3 seconds to get to 100 kilometers an hour, it doesn't necessarily feel 644 brake horsepower quick. Does it really feel M badge quick? Well, they added M to the i4 and, as it turns out, the cheaper, lighter version is endlessly more agile and fun. It's a highly competent and entertaining powertrain in the default hybrid mode. There are others. The XM sets off more or less silently before the V8, slightly enhanced, explodes into life with endless ferocity. You can ramp up the drive modes, which are quickly done via one of the red M buttons on the steering wheel, and the XM turns in crispy and handles very precisely. Flip side, if you turn off stability control, you can gain access to a four-wheel drive sand driving mode, which primes the X-Drive system and the M differential's locking characteristics for sand dunes.
It takes an awful lot of money to put something like this together, but is it worth €191,000? Maybe it's going to be cheaper in America, and maybe it's going to be slightly cheaper in China, and that's where this is going to sell like hotcakes. This is a car for somebody who really wants an SUV to be a performance vehicle as well as a utility vehicle. The boot isn't that big, but the rear seats are huge, plenty of space, lots of comfort up front, as you can see here as well for the front seat passengers too. It's an incredible environment to spend time in.
Even in comfort mode, the XM's high-speed gate is essentially the same as that of the M3 Touring, only with a little more travel. The low-speed ride is crashy and requires the smoothest of surfaces. Luckily, the seats are comfortable, supportive, lavishly upholstered with the M logos, and they come with multiple manual adjustments. It's heavy and expensive, but for some, this is exactly what they want. For people to look, pay attention, and strike up a conversation. So, Driving the beastly XM confirms what its styling suggests. It's powerful, has charisma in spades, and its purpose here at least is to leave the audience in shock and awe. If the M badge history is anything to go by, proper driving satisfaction in a truly usable and practical package is already available in smaller and lighter vehicles.